Deep in the freezing winter of 161 AD, at the cold edge of the Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius writes at night, alone believing a rational order runs through everything. A logos even the stars themselves obey, if a mind is disciplined enough to trace it. 17 centuries later, in the Swiss Alps, a dying philosopher will call this the oldest and most flattering lie philosophy ever told itself. What follows is drawn directly from their own words, Marcus's private meditations, and Nietzsche's explicit attack on Stoicism in Beyond Good and Evil, Section 9.
Counting your stars again, Emperor?
Reading them.
There's nothing written up there, only light, scattered by accident.
Then explain the order. The same stars, every night, in the same places, obeying the same law.
You didn't find that order. You drew lines between random points of light and called the shape a law.
The points were already there before I looked.
It buries whole cities in a single night without warning. So was the darkness between them. You chose which points to connect. Nature offered you neither the lines nor the picture. Look at what you call nature honestly. For once, without the comfort of your logos. It lets a faithful man's lungs fill with plague, while a butcher who slaughters children in war grows old and fat beside him. There is no court sitting in judgment anywhere in it 10. No justice, no mercy, no plan I have ever found. Only appetite feeding on appetite, endlessly, without apology. And yet you stand here calling this indifference logos calm. A rational order merely waiting for a patient enough mind to discover it. You did not discover a law written into the stars, Emperor. You needed one so badly that you built a cage out of your own hunger for order, called the cage nature's will, and knelt inside it so gratefully you forgot your own hands built the bars.
The logos does not console. It simply is, whether I kneel or not.
Convenient Hio. A law that never has to prove itself, because you believed it before you ever looked up.
Then look longer than you have dared to. A field after battle is chaos pawn. Blood, broken men, no pattern a grieving widow could name. Does that prove no strategy commanded the battle? Or only that she stands too close to see it? Nature's surface is exactly that close a view. Plague, a child crushed by falling stone cound, chaos to an eye that only watches the surface. A physician does not deny the body's order, because a fever looks senseless from outside. I do not claim the universe explains itself to grieving widows. I claim a rational order runs beneath what looks chaotic close-up car, and that reason, rightly disciplined, can trace enough of it to live well by it. That is not need, philosopher. That is a patience you have refused to practice.
Patience calm, or the refusal to admit that looking longer only proves there was never anything there to find?
Then let me test your ground the way you've tested mine. You say there is no truth anywhere, only interpretation, only will, dressed up afterward as fact. The sentence you just spoke, there is no truth, Pim, is that merely your interpretation, or is it true?
It is what clear sight sees, once every comforting lie is stripped away.
That is exactly what I call the logos. You've simply refused it a name. If your claim is only will, it commands no one, Han, least of all me, who owes it nothing. And if it's true, you've just discovered, by your own hand, the one fact your entire philosophy insists cannot exist.
The name is the whole crime, Emperor. Yours enslaves whoever hears it. Mine answers to no one.
Free to answer to nothing outside yourself. Not even to whether you're right.
You think you've caught me in a trap built from my own words. I built no trap. I never claimed my sight was eternal, or written into the stars, or owed to anyone beyond myself. I only claim it is mine, cow, earned by looking without flinching where you still need permission to look at all. Call it interpretation, If it comforts you, to shrink it. I don't need it crowned truth by your logos to trust it more than a cage I was born inside and mistook for open sky. What I call will to power is not a law I found, Cam. It's the one thing I stopped pretending I didn't choose.
Then you've built a house with no foundation and dared me to call it standing.
At least I know I'm the one holding it up. You still think the ground is holding you. Let's test that ground once more, Ham, not with words. Men have died defending your logos, Emperor. In Lyon, in Smyrna. Believers burned for refusing a god they'd never met, under laws carrying your name during your reign.
I did not order those deaths.
You didn't stop them either. An empire moved on your authority, in the name of an order you swear exists beneath all things calm. And somewhere inside that order, room was found to burn the innocent.
An empire moves by many hands. Reason isn't proven false by every hand that fails it.
Convenient again. Your order excuses itself first of everyone.
I gave the law courts, trials, a hearing before judgment towned, more than most rulers before me ever offered.
And those courts still judged men guilty for believing differently than you.
Even a flawed instrument can still point towards something true.
Say what you actually fear, instead of what still sounds noble. Look up, Marcus. Tell me honestly, is the shape in that sky yours or the world's?
I don't know if I ever found the shape, or only needed one badly enough, for long enough, that I stopped being able to tell the difference.
Then we're both staring at the same scattered light, Emperor. I simply stopped pretending the shape was ever really there.
Perhaps. But I've spent a lifetime unsure whether the shape was truly missing chyme, or whether I was only ever brave enough to draw half of it, and called that uncertainty faith, not surrender.
Nietzsche's attack on living according to nature is real, word for word. From Beyond Good and Evil, Section 9. Marcus never read it. He was 17 centuries too early. But the question underneath both their lives never went away. Is order something the universe hands us, or something we build in the dark, and then forget we built? Neither man ever fully answered it. The next time you're certain of something you can't quite prove, would you know the difference?